Joey Balistreri. Welcome to my channel. Once again, I have finished jewelry galore and I'm a little bit behind on my try-on, and I am not connecting a microphone again because I want to try on some of the necklaces that I've made, and my tray is really full of things to share with you. And what I have on does not really go with my outfit or my earrings, but I wanted to start with this necklace and just show it to you on a body because it's really unusual. It was a really fun, easy connecting project, but I didn't do a prototype when I did this. I was kind of working it out in my head. And this necklace is really pretty. I really like it. And I didn't do another modification. I did change the chain in the back, but I'm going to take it off because for me, what I was thinking is, if you can see the way it sits on my neck, I was thinking with a blazer or a collared shirt that this would be really pretty coming from underneath. But it turned out to be more of a choker length, which is not really what I intended. So on the back of this one, of the memory wire, I just made a loop here and added a little bit of chain to try to drop it down. But I am still not happy. I think it's a great design, but my next modification was going to be to cut right here and right here on each side of the memory wire and do a loop and a loop and a loop and a loop and connect some jump rings, and that would drop it down but also make this lay more nicely around the neck. So I'm still playing with this design, but if you wanted to try this, I did find links to this really cool connector bar and it was really fun to make, but I did want to try it on because I was, like always, it's a whole different camera angle and setup from working on my mat, which is my love. That's my passion, is, you know, making the pieces and then trying them on, not so much. But anyway, I did want to show you that because it is really a fun and really kind of festive. And some of these pieces, you know, if you have somewhere to go through the winter that's a little bit dressy and you don't really have the clothes for it, pieces like this with just a black top can make you look so dressy. So that was the first thing I wanted to show you. Let me set that over here. And then I did this amazing mixed media necklace. It has a little magnetic clasp on the back, and this is using like a little bit of everything that I love to work with. So I have some soft flex 49 strand bead stringing wire. I have some craft wire in here. I have some Brazilian waxed cord. There's some copper findings in here. This is just was so much fun. It was just a stringing project basically with a little bit of knotting, but look how gorgeous this necklace is. I hope that my chair is not being too noisy because it kind of bounces up and down when I stand up to back up, but I love this necklace, and I love things that are easy to take on and off like this with a magnetic clasp. And I used one of my favorite types of seed beads in this project. They don't, it's hard to even tell what they are, but they are the little demi rounds or O beads. And I just did stacks and stacks of them in this stringing project, and it gives this amazing texture that you look at it and you're like, what is that? You know, it looks amazing. So this was one of my projects that I recently did. And then I have been on an earring bonanza. So with the Potomac treasure box this month, I did a pretty quick unboxing and then did these beautiful drops. And there are so many ways to adjust this. It's like a little bit of a door knocker style. There were Potomac pearls in the treasure box this month. Let me see, I can take these out. This is what I'm actually wearing today, but I'll take those out so that, because I did make a lot of earrings, and I did try to hang the earrings this past month instead of laying them flat on my mat, but it's still not the same as seeing what they look like on. But aren't these just beautiful? They don't quite meet my shoulder, but as I said in the video, when you're making your loops for this, you can do it with more beads and make it bigger and more dramatic if you like that, or you could go smaller. For me, this was just kind of the sweet spot. And the box had these beautiful Athena cast connectors. It looks like a little cage with a loop, and there were check glass flowers and seed beads in this month's box. box that were just perfect. But this video is special because I didn't have copper ear wires that matched this. I had antique copper, and I really wanted an entire copper earring. So I made my own ear wire out of this out of craft wire with an anti-tarnish coating, and did my own kind of little spiral, and it was really easy and really fun. So if you are new here and you don't know, when I do my finished jewelry like try on videos, I always link in the description box under this video that you're watching. I always link the videos where the projects that I'm showing you finished were filmed. So if there's anything you like, anything that you missed, you know, you can go underneath the video and find the link. So let's see, I did an earring bonanza video, and I just had so much fun. I can't remember, I don't remember which beads these were because I've been working like a little beaver, but I used some bracelet connectors for these earrings and did a little kind of fringe with micro faceted gemstones. And that's what those look like. Aren't they beautiful? And again, they're dramatic. I'm a person that I don't really like big earrings, but I do like long earrings, and I love to create things that have movement. To me, that's just lights up my face, and it's flirty and fun, and you know, it dresses up anything, even a plain sweater or something. So I really love these earrings, and they were pretty simple, a little bit of stringing with needle and thread, but it was fun to take a bracelet, bar, or you know, like a 3-hole, like if you were doing a multi-strand bracelet or necklace, that's a connector for that. And I turned that into an earring finding, and it was just so fun. And it's such a great way. I get a lot of questions about what to do with these really small gemstone, micro faceted gemstone beads that we often get in like bargain bead box. We get them in the Potomac treasure box. We get these quite often, and I do get messages from you all saying, I don't never know what to do with those small little gemstone beads. So that is one idea. I'm going to set those aside so I don't get confused. And then in that video, I think I did 5 pairs of earrings in that video, and I will link it below. But one of the things that I love to do is make this style of earring. It's like a pendulum or like a little lantern, and it's just a downward rod. And I'll show you, for those of you who have been around my channel, this is not going to be new to you, but I make my own interchangeable ear wires sometimes. So here's what one looks like. This is what I was wearing yesterday, and I just slip the drop of what I was wearing off, and then I slip the drop of what I made on that ear wire. So there is a video for how to make these and a couple of options. And so that's what that looks like. Oh, these are my favorites. I mean, well, I have a few favorites, but I love these earrings. But I have my interchangeable lever back ear wires here also that are gold filled, and I'm going to do this one on the other ear. So let me show you what they look like if you haven't seen them. So I love these because I'm putting high quality in my ears. They are gold filled so they don't tarnish, and I don't have metal allergies, but I do have a friend that has them, and these work for her. So they're a lot less expensive than 14 karat gold. But I link them under all my videos because, whoops, I'm putting it in my ear without the earring. So I just wanted to show you the difference. Like my little drops that I make can easily thread on, and they rest right in that little cradle. This is a 1.5 millimeter loop at the top of this earring, and I'll make my drops, and then I don't need an ear wire every time that I get a bead box and do an earring bonanza. So this is the one that I made, and this is the gold filled interchangeable lever back. And when I do my earring bonanzas, I can do either. I can, you know, decide what I want on either. So I really love making earrings. And I'll tell you, I have given these interchangeable gold filled lever back ear wires to, I think, every single one of my friends I have given these to. And if I missed anybody, I'm going to be getting messages after this, but I'll either give them this or make them a pair of the ones that I make. And then when they see me unboxing my bead boxes and things like that, I'll get messages going, oh, I love those beads, or I love that. And I'll make just the drops and give them to my friends as gifts. So they make wonderful, wonderful gifts. Let's see, what other earrings do I have from that video? These were really fun. I found these little earring frames at the craft store, and let me get my fingers out of the way, and the little loop is right there. And that was another idea for using the micro-faceted gemstones that we sometimes get in our box. And these were little lapis lazuli. The word did not come to me. I just drew a complete blank, but it's the same thing with these. These can just go, you just put your interchangeable ear wire. Whoops, my dyslexia. I never get it right the first time. It's always backwards. But you just, thread that little loop onto your interchangeable ear wires, and I'll show you what these look like on. So this was like just a fun video I just was in the mood to make earrings. And so I did 5 different pairs, and I love these. These are also just my style. I love the movement and the swing. I love that little bit of geometry with the rectangle and the line down the middle. And I just think these are so pretty. So I thought that was a really successful video for doing earrings. And then let's see, I have another pair here. These went with, this is just a little drop that I made, little bit of wire work down here, a little briolette wrap. And again, these are on my interchangeable lever back ear wires. But this is another thing, not to be redundant, but this is another thing where I can also use my ear wires that I made with these, and they are just so pretty. One of the things that I don't always wear a necklace, but I do love to wear a bracelet and a pair of earrings every day. I feel like I don't have clothes on if I don't have a bracelet, at least one bracelet, and definitely a pair of earrings. So these beads came directly from the Czech Republic. This is the Craftica company. They do 2 subscription boxes every month, and I get both of the boxes. I just opened both of those boxes. I think I mixed them together this month, and this is what goes with these earrings. I took a little bit of chain from my stash, and I also have done a bracelet with that chain, and it is available on DD Beads. Again, you'll find links for everything in the description box, but this could be a necklace. This is actually a wrap bracelet, and that's how I've been wearing it, but I love this style for travel and it has a magnetic clasp. So if I want just it's blocked, like blocks of bead patterns, and I can really turn it any way. I could even put the little magnetic clasp and drop in the front. I love these for travel, and even pendants, which I have a pendant to show you too. If you make the bail large enough to slide over, you can even add a pendant. But what I intended this for was a wrap bracelet, and these are so fun. Super easy to put on. I mean, it's just that, and then the little magnet finds itself, and I put a little dangle, and I just love it. And that's the earrings that went with with this with this little wrap bracelet. Actually doesn't look bad with the bracelets I stacked on today. It actually looks pretty good. Maybe I'm going to keep that one on. So anyway, earrings, bracelet in that video. And I can't remember, I think I did do the earrings. Sometimes I'll take my leftover beads and do earrings off camera, when I'm all done. I can't remember. I have done so much work. This is what happens to me. I'll look and think, did I even make all of that? I know that I did, but I should have shown you, I should have turned the camera down and shown you my tray. I looked at it and said, as I make things that I feel like I need to try on and share with all of you on the body, I'll lay them aside in this tray so that I don't forget. And I looked over at it a few days ago and I said, oh my, I better get that video done because I can't even see the whole tray. So up next is this. I love this. This was also from the beads from Craftica, and I also love this. This is a really festive, I think I named it Festive Fringe, but we got these really long twisted gold bugle beads in one of the Craftica boxes this month, and they are just wonderful to play with. I have some earring designs coming up with that, with these beads. I have a few really fun projects of things you can do with bugle beads. If you needed bugle bead ideas, I have a few. But I did this little fringy necklace and I just used seed beads. I went into my stash and I didn't have chain that I really had enough of to go all for the length that I wanted. So I made part of my chain out of gold seed beads and then my chain that I had. And look at this. Isn't that so fun? I love this necklace. This is my style and it's really lightweight because, and the glass seed beads are laying against my neck, so it's really comfortable to wear. And I did put an anti-tarnish coating on my chain, but it's not even going to be on my skin. So this design is just so fun. I might actually wear this today too. I'm gonna end up having a lot of jewelry on today, but that was really fun. It was really easy, and again, kind of mixed media, because let me put my hand behind it. The little gold seed beads kind of made the back of the chain, and then I transitioned into actual chain, but I didn't have much left. It would have been too short for me, so I just made it work. And then these are just simple little downward drops, and it's just so, even hanging it in the air like this, it's just so fun. And in those boxes we had these little check glass stars, and they just made like the perfect little drop for this necklace. So I will link that video below if it is one that you missed, or if you're new here and you hadn't seen it. And then I get every month, well, it's not a monthly thing, but Estella of DD Beads, she's a friend of mine, and she puts together these deluxe check bundles. And they're not really a mystery, because what she's been doing is the same thing that we do with our collaboration box, where it doesn't go for sale on her website until my video airs. And I will do an unboxing and at least one project every time she creates one of those bundles. And this month's was amazing. It always is. Stella is amazing at what she does. But one of the projects that I did with the check beads that were in the bundle this month is this pendant with just 3 chains hanging down, some lampwork beads on the bottom, these little lentil beads in this pearl color. These giant pearlized check glass wavy discs were in that box, and I put a really large bail on this pendant because one of the things that I keep in my jewelry wardrobe, and of course this has a knot in it because this tray was so full. I even kind of know which bail plier to use to make my bail when I do a pendant, and you know, to do the bail the right size is what I meant to say. And let me put this on and I'm going to show you how beautiful this is. And so again, when I travel, I love to bring a chain and 2 or 3 pendants. It's lightweight. I don't have a tangle of chains in my suitcase, but I can change my look. I can bring a really long chain. I have leather cord that these can go on, all different chains from antique bronze. I have some stainless steel, and I just love doing pendants. I get the dollar bead bag and the dollar bead box every month, and I have a new mailman, and the one I had for years retired, and my mail has been an issue. So last month, I think it was curated bead box that I didn't get. And this month, it was my dollar bead box and bag. But I messaged the company, and the customer service was great. Almost immediately, they did the troubleshooting and said, oh, we see what's happened. There was a typo in your address. It felt like by the time I got mine, you had all received yours, if you get it. And so I just dove right in to some projects, and I did a bracelet bonanza in that video. I did this beautiful multi-strand bracelet with the check glass beads and this clasp that I had purchased on a bead shopping trip. And that is a really fun video. I will link this one as well, because again, if you ever have gifts to make, I did a couple of different versions of the silicone slider bead bracelet. These will fit anyone, and they are so easy to take on and off. And this is one that is like commercially made. Let me put this down so you're able to do these by yourself. You're able to open and close these by yourself. And I love that you kind of get an instant dangle with those. But this was one that I had, so all I did was make the focal component and attach it to the bracelet part. But in that video, I showed you how to take just a silicone slider bead and like some little charms, or this was one of my samples, just some little beads on the end, and how to do your own version of a silicone slider bracelet. And again, if you have gifts to make, these are really easy. They are simple stringing projects. They're easy for anyone to put on and off by themselves. Get mine. And you can, people can wear them however they like. If they like a looser bracelet, just pull this out. If you like it tight up to your wrist, then you just slide your silicone bead right up to the wrist. So they fit anyone. They're easy, fun, fast to make, and these make great gifts. I use the dollar bead box and bag. I just mixed them together and did all of these bracelets. But the fun of these is you can use any beads you want. And I linked in the video some of these bracelet with the attached silicone bead that all you have to do is create your little focal part here. So that takes a lot less beads. And again, if you have gifts, or if you're preparing for a craft fair, or if you need to get some product on a website, they are really fast. These are super fast and fun to make. So the bracelet bash was really, really fun. And then I'm going to digress a little bit, because also with the deluxe check bundle from DD Beads that I did this pendant out of, I did this really fun earring project, and I just have to try these on for you guys. This is a design that I think I did 3 different versions in the video, and it's mostly a connecting project, making some simple loops. But this is so fun, and warning, you guys, it's addictive. Because when you start, if you like this design, when you start making with this design, at least my brain said, oh, I could do this, I could do that, like a whole bunch of different versions. But this was one that does not show very well laying flat on the mat, because this is like a little bead trapeze act, and it is all about, the way that it hangs and dangles. And again, for me, I don't like super big earrings, but I love interesting earrings, and I love the movement, and I really love showcasing check glass beads. So I did another version of that. I did 3 different versions, and I only have 2 of them here for some reason. But there's this one, and then this little turquoise, really cool twisted little nugget bead. That is from DD Beads. It was not in the check bundle, but I did a personal order. And the cool thing about this design is you can make your own jump rings in any size that you need for the rings, or you can use like quick links, or what I used in this video in both of these, even this one, even the little links at the top of this one are chain links that I had to cut away from chain that's solid brass and e-coated. And I didn't want to lose them because they're such good quality, but look how gorgeous these are in the ear. So in the video, I did hang them on a little lucite rack so you could see how they hang. But when you're talking and your head is moving, they are just they're so pretty. So there was that one, and whoops, be still, and that one. So yeah, they're really fun. And then you guys, our Jessie James bead box, Magical Mystery bead box this month was called First Frost. It is so wonderful. I did 2 pairs of earrings. This is the first pair. I used a little bit of leftover chain from the necklace project and just did a stack of beads. These flower spacer beads were absolutely stunning. These are so wonderful. I love this kind of pendulum style earring. I just love the movement. You know, these are just amazing. So I did this pair, and then I did another pair that is one of my specialties. To show you this pair. This type is one of my specialties. And this design, I came up with this. I'm sure I'm not the only one to do it, but I came up with this because when I was really young, I had a beloved aunt. She was like a mother to me, and she gave me a pair of freshwater pearl earrings that the jeweler had taken a 14 karat gold ball head pin and put the freshwater pearl on and then formed it into a little ear hook, and it was all in one. And my house was burglarized, and it was one of the things that I lost. So I was laying in bed weeks back, months back, thinking about those earrings, and I thought, why could I not, you know, do my own? And so I've been doing these in a lot of different forms. So I'll turn it sideways so you can see. I did a simple loop at the bottom so that I could add a little drop to this one. I have a little splayed head pin on it. And then the little stack of beads, and it is creative wire work. You do a little bend here, so your beads, that bend keeps the beads from coming off, and then you turn what's left of your wire into your ear hook. And these just fit so beautifully in a piercing. I mean, look at that. And it's just all in one. And again, I use the Soft Flex craft wire, which has an anti-tarnish coating. And so maybe those of you that have allergies to metals, maybe that coating would make it so that you could wear this. You'd have to determine that for yourself. I'm fortunate I don't have those metal allergies. So when I need a pair of ear wires, this is quick, fast, fun, easy. I just highly recommend it. I just love it. And again, you can do the technique with really chunky beads. You can do it with little smaller beads. You can add, you know, some dangles to it. It's just a really fun way to make earrings. And I have several videos on this technique. I will link this one below. And also I just wanted to say, don't forget that if you tap my picture under any video, it will take you to the home page of my YouTube channel, and right across the top, you know, it says videos, it says playlists. I can't even remember everything that it says, but the point, if you tap playlist, if you're interested in something, I've organized my videos, and there's like almost 900 videos now at this point. But I've organized, like, there's a playlist that's called earrings and all different earring designs. There's a playlist called bracelets and hand chains, because another specialty item for me is the hand chains like they wore in the 1920s. Let's see, I off the top of my head, I can't even think of all the different things, but they're organized. I think I've got a bargain bead box video. I've got a DD Beads playlist. There's playlists. So if you are interested in making earrings or bracelets or, you know, a certain thing, check out that top part of my main channel page, because there's lots of work there that, you know, that I've done. So let me not miss anything. Oh, bargain bead box for this month. Okay, I will take this wrap bracelet off to show you guys this bracelet. This is a must see. I have been wanting to make one of these. I see that I still see this type of bracelet on the runway models, but I saw it quite a few years ago, and I have always wanted to make one of these types of bracelets with the chain fringe. So it looks like that. This is so fun to wear. I put a magnetic clasp, and this is with the Bows and Berries bargain bead box. In that box, there were these really gorgeous little crystal triangle beads and this beautiful knurled stainless steel chain. I love this mermaid glass. I love this together. This looks so frosty and wintry to me. And this is just so fun. So, you know, this is, like I said in the video, this is not the type of bracelet you want to wear to work in the kitchen or to do your gardening. But if you're going out to dinner, or if you're going shopping, or if you're going for coffee with a friend, look how beautiful this is. And like, even if you wear a long sleeve or a pretty silk shirt with a little cuff link, to have that sparkly fringe coming out from underneath your, you know, from underneath your shirt is just so pretty. And I have wanted to make one of these for years, and just the elements in this bargain bead box were just perfect to do it with. And I have seen these where the fringe went all the way around the entire bracelet, but I thought that might be a little much. So I just did some little bead stations and did like sections of fringe. This is such a fun, it was a fun project, a great weekend project. Very repetitive, just making simple loops for all the charms. But look at that, isn't it fun? I love this so much. I am mostly a gold girl, so I am thinking that I need to make one of these in gold and white, I think. But this, it's so pretty. It's just so pretty. It doesn't look like much, but when it's on the body, it has that really chic runway, you know, that really chic like runway look. I love that. And it is right here. I hung it so I wouldn't forget. I used check glass. I took a little bit of my favorite chain. It's that solid brass E-coated. It's oval links. It's embossed. It was the leftover links of this that went into these little leaf earrings. So you can see the little see the little links in the earring. These links are solid. So when I cut from my spool, I have to lose a link, but I just looked at it as a fancy jump ring and I didn't throw them away. So this necklace is a little bit unusual because there's no clasp at the back. So this just goes right over my head. And then what I did on this one, get it straight, is I put a gold-filled decorative lobster clasp on each side, and then I just made 3 different strands. Like this one is the coolest beaded chain using check glass ring beads, O beads. This one is a beaded chain using 6mm check glass faceted rounds and just craft wire and just like a rosary chain. And then this one is an actual strung necklace that I used my Soft Flex 49 strand wire and some check glass bicones and little drucks. And so the cool thing about this necklace is these little let me see which one I have here first. These little lobster claw clasps open, and so you can wear just one necklace. You can add 2, you can have multi-strand. You can go as many as this will hold and as many as you want to make. You could have 6 or 8, you know, drops here or just one. Let me see. My favorite one of my interchangeable sections was the little O beads. Take this off and just connect them. So those are my 3, and you could keep making more. And then here's the main necklace. Again, what a fabulous gift to create just a little chain with 2 decorative lobster claw, and then you can make all different lengths of add-on sections to this necklace and all different colors. If your recipient loves silver or copper or gold, whatever metal they like, do your body of your chain in that, and then you can be really creative with your strung section. And you know, it's a gift that keeps giving. You can give them things to keep adding on to their necklace. And I'm going to show you something else that I thought of after it was all put together. So like, this is my favorite chain. This is what I love, this just jump rings connecting the check glass O beads, and I just love that. But you could wear it this way, but you can also make the beads be the back of the necklace and have a pretty gold chain. And you know, I love long necklaces, so but this was such a fun project. I did a shorter length so I can, you know, have it shorter. This would be perfect behind the neck and then have my gold chain. I love convertible things, but that was a really fun project. And then I did another little drop, another little earring choice with the leftovers. I had just a couple of beads left over, so I took my interchangeable my handmade interchangeable ear wire, and this is just a piece of craft wire. I hammered this one and gave it a little bit of texture took the seed beads and the ring, took everything that I used in my necklace, and just, there's no front or back on this one, and just made another little earring. And I have been wearing these like crazy. These are on my ear wires because I've been wearing them like crazy. This is really my style. I like that it's interesting and different, and I like the movement, but not too big. That's just my style. So that's that. I love these. I want to keep them in. But I have to show you one more thing. I'm going to digress. I showed you the earrings that I did from the 2 pairs of earrings from the Jessie James Magical Mystery Bead Box, but I did a really, really cool, let me match my earrings here. I did a really cool necklace. It is a really updated, convertible, interchangeable Y necklace. In the box, we received, let me get my tangles out, we received this amazing boho bead. It is just so crazy beautiful, and I just loved it. There were some I think these are quartz or agate beads in the box that are rondelles and faceted. And there was a lot of different metals. This box had like the antique brass, a little bit of bright gold, a little bit of silver. And I just turned this into the final drop on a Y necklace. And this clasp, it is a clasp. This leaf clasp was in the box. So this is the downward part of the Y, and then the intersection of the Y is another component. These beautiful links were in the box. We got 2 gold and 2 silver in the box. And I just had some chain reaction in my stash in the blues and browns. Here's the blue one, and then here's the brown one. And I decided to mix them and make it eclectic. And so right where the blue connects to the brown, I used the bead frames from the box and made these little connecting components. And this is just a stunning Y necklace. If I went no further than this, and I did it long, I do like my necklaces long, but if I went I have to stand on my tippy toes to show you the drop, but I just love this. Let me see if I can go back a bit more. My chair is noisy and on wheels, but I am crazy about this necklace, but this is very big and very bold, and I got to thinking there may be certain things that I wear that I maybe don't want this big drop. So I made this interchangeable. So this beautiful pendant can come off, but I did a second pendant and it looks like this. I made my own hook and put one of the leaves from the box, and now that can attach right to the bottom of the leaf. So now I still have a Y necklace, but with a little bit smaller drop. And I do my stripes. I feel like I'm looking into the camera and I feel like my stripes might be interfering with what you're able to see. But the 2 drops really coordinate. All of them do. But it is just a really fun way to make a necklace. And again, I was thinking gift, because if you did a necklace like this with this little interchangeable section, in the video, I show how to make these little hooks. It's super easy and inexpensive with just craft wire, but you could make a whole bunch of these, even seasonally. If you have a mother, sister, or friend, do the Y necklace with the little open hook, and then constantly gift her the little different drops so she can change up the look of her necklace. So it was just a really fun project, and I was so excited making it. This Jessie James Beads does a great job with their box. It's always good, but it was so elegant this month. It just really was. It was just beautiful. I just love it. I really spend time on my designs. I don't want to just sit and connect things. I really want to come up with interesting, fun designs and simple designs, but things that are really fun. So I am always behind in the try-on part. It's just You know, I love to make jewelry and I love to design and I love to pull my beads together. But this part is just, I have to set up a different camera angle and set everything different. So I have some really exciting news. On December 11th, if the schedule doesn't change, but I don't know that if it will, but on December 11th, I am going to be live on the Softflex Company's Wednesday night beading party that they do, and it will be my first time ever going live, so I hope you will subscribe to my channel and tap the bell notification so you get notifications and kind of follow what's going on. I've never gone live before. You know, I'm like, if I'm filming and I fall off my chair or I can edit that out so you don't see me fall off my chair. But so I hope it will go well. I think it's going to be really fun. I'm as terrified as I am excited, but I as often as I can, I am on the Softflex live stream, and I know everybody. I know pretty much everybody in the comments, and you know, everybody's so sweet and kind. I think it will be okay, even if I do fall off my chair. So don't forget to tune into that. I'll also make, like I was saying, if you tap my picture across the top, right next to playlist, there's a tab that says community, and that's where I post things. So any information like when my collaboration box with DD Beads is coming up, or you know, anything that's going on. If I was searching for a link for you guys for something you asked me for, oftentimes I'll put it there. So on the subject of DD Beads, really exciting news. Our next collaboration box is here. We have worked and worked, and I'm really excited about it. It is called A Night at the Symphony, and it was born out of an idea. I have a really sweet son. He's a very young man, but for a young man, he loves good music, and by good music, he loves the stuff that kids love. He loves Taylor Swift and you know, rock and roll and that, but he also loves orchestra music and Italian opera, and he's quite unusual in his music taste. He'll go from Louis Prima scat to Frank Sinatra to Dean Martin to, you know, Huey Lewis and the News. I mean, he's really incredible. He loves all the decades of music. And we've been talking about a mother and son date to the symphony so he could hear an orchestra play live. And that got me thinking, what a fabulous bead box that would make. So that is the title of mine and Stella's next collaboration box, A Night at the Symphony. And if I do say so myself, it is truly beautiful. It's rich, classic elegance, timeless, but it's also a little bit trendy and a little bit edgy. So I think you're gonna love this collection of beads and the designs. I already have done 2 designs with it, and I have 2 more laying on my table that have to be made and filmed. So that is coming soon. I will post any information about that. Again, as I'm talking right now, my videos are scheduled, so I'm not sure what will go up before or behind another, but if there's any information, check that community tab and check the description box of this video, and I will try to get back for another try on, and not so late this time again. And I thank you all so much for your support, for watching my channel. This is my passion project, and I have connected with so many of you even off YouTube that it's really amazing. And you know, I am just not a poster. I am not a social media bug. I'm not on Facebook, you know, so it's really incredible, this sweet community, and how I've come to know some of you without all of that. So I thank you so much for watching. I hope everybody is safe and well and having fun on your beading mats. Ciao, friends.